All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a moment and kind of explain how this works and how I
Oh,
do what I do.
okay.
And then after that, we'll go ahead and get started with the actual process, okay? So what happens during a mediumship session is whenever I open myself up to the spirit world, whomever would like to come through is welcome to do so. However, we will intend to connect to a specific person.
Okay.
Now, as soon as I connect to an individual, I'm going to start to receive information. Now, I don't see them like I see you. I don't hear them like I hear you. It's all within my mind. So it's almost as if I have to figure out who I'm talking to. And I assume that I am talking to the right person, but the information that comes through first should help us validate that whether it's them or it's not.
Okay.
The way they communicate is they give me thoughts, feelings, ideas, perceptions, anything that is within my memories, anything that is within my mind. They activate that information and they bring it to my attention or my awareness. And that's how I understand the information. So sometimes when they want to show me, for example, they want to say, I love you, they'll trigger a memory in my mind of me whenever I felt that. So that's how they communicate. Okay.
Okay.
So sometimes they may show me symbols and signs that I'm familiar with because I know I usually see certain things on a regular basis, so I can assume I know what that means. But other times they may show me certain symbols or signs that I'm not familiar with, and if that's the case, I may just share that with you. So
Okay.
that way, maybe even though I may not understand it, you would hopefully will have an idea of what they're trying to talk about, or in time you may know what they were referring to. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I do try to talk to one person at a time, but they don't care. There may be more than one person there, and they may want to talk at the same time.
Okay.
So we're just gonna let it go the way it's gonna go, okay? And even though I do try to bring through validation and messages of love and healing, note that there are some things you might not connect with in the moment, and that's okay. You know that's why we record these sessions, so you can always go back and listen to them later on because many times and so many times information can be validated after the fact and people realize afterwards, oh my god, I know what he was talking about now. So okay, all right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got the picture here that you provided. Now I've got two individuals in the image. Are they both wanting, are you wanting to connect to both or just one?
If I could both, but
Okay.
one,
Okay, can I have their first names please?
Sarah and John.
Okay, so you know, this morning I was doing a mediumship session and there was a Sarah that kept trying to come through the session. And I was
What?
like, yes, this morning. And I was like, who's Sarah? Who's Sarah? And they were looking at me and they're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like,
I
oh.
don't know.
And that happens sometimes where they want to come through way earlier. And she's funny. She's like, it's my time. It's on my time. It's on my time. So she's like, okay. So I think Sarah's going to want to come through first. So I'm going to kind of see if this is her coming through.
Okay.
So as soon as I connect, ooh, as soon as I connect, I get a lot of emotion. I almost get too much emotion, and it's almost like a I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And she's like, oh my God, you have no idea how much I've been trying to communicate with you and to talk to you and to talk to you. So it's almost like she's overwhelmed because she's getting the
Oh,
chance to communicate with you. She's also acknowledging she is so thankful for everything that everyone did for her. It's almost like so much gratitude, so much appreciation for how much people were there when she was going through the issues she was going through. And the way she makes me is okay. You know, I don't feel like she's a complainer because she doesn't come off that way. She comes off as someone that's very strong and maybe even suffers in silence. Like she may go through things and not tell anyone anything, and she comes across that way to me. She's also acknowledging that either there were times where she should have said something was wrong, or there were times where she should have mentioned that she was having certain issues and she didn't. So she's apologizing for that. Are you aware of that?
yes.
Okay. She's also acknowledging that either there was a misdiagnosis or there was two separate things going on simultaneously that were affecting her body. Are you aware of this?
Yes.
Okay, so she's acknowledging that as well. She's also acknowledging either moving locations or moving facilities. Do you know there was a bouncing around of facilities or location for her where they were trying to get her in one place, but also they were trying to figure out if she was going to be at home or not?
Yes.
Okay, because she was like, I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be at home. And so she comes across that way, like, I wanted to be at home.
Yes.
Um, she also feels she was a little confused or a little fuzzy in her head. So I don't know if there was some pain meds that she had been on for a bit where she was getting confused, or there was just so much happening that she was losing her bearings because she makes me feel confused a bit. Do you know why she would have been confused?
That I don't know because I
Okay,
was out of town.
that's okay. No worries. She also acknowledges passing around a birthday. So, did you know she passed around a celebration or a birthday because she's
My
acknowledged?
uncle's birthday.
Yeah, so she's acknowledging that she passed around a birthday, and it should have been a happier time, and it was a sadder time.
Yeah,
She also talks about her liver failing. Do you know if her liver was having some issues?
I don't know.
Okay, so she's pointing to the liver almost as if the liver was failing. She's also pointing to the lungs as if there was fluid in the lungs or the lungs were collapsing or no longer taking in oxygen properly. Do you know about this?
I don't know about that.
Okay, so she's talking about the liver, she's talking about the lungs. She also talks about a blood disorder as well. So there's another issue that was affecting her blood or was getting into her blood.
Okay.
Okay, and that's okay. If you don't know what it is, that's okay. No worries. She says she is so proud of you and she wants to make
Uh-huh.
sure you know she is so proud of you. Did you receive an award or an accomplishment after her passing? Because she says you would there's an accomplishment there that you received after her passing.
Um,
Uh,
no, I had my kids.
nope. She says there was an accomplishment or an award you received after her passing. Um, did you get certified for something after her passing or receive some sort of certification where you could go on and do something else as well?
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
I was flight attendant when she passed.
Okay.
Um,
She's showing me the reason why I'm asking you is because I am seeing a plaque. Now,
yeah,
I'm assuming it's for you, but
okay.
it's very possible I'm effing this up and this has to do with her. Do you know if there was a plaque that has her name on it or something that was
Yeah,
associated? Okay.
yes. There's a
Okay.
plaque with her name on it. All of my mom and her siblings all received one.
Oh wow. Okay. So then I think this is what she's meaning then, because she was acknowledging the accomplishment and she was showing me a plaque with her name on it. So she's showing me that. Um, she's acknowledging the dress that she was buried. Correct?
Yes.
She's acknowledging the dress she was buried in and loving, loving, loving the dress she was buried in. So I don't know if people went out of their way to make sure this was going to be a really nice dress, but she's showing that to me. Um, okay. Okay. Who would be Mimi or Momi or Mimi? There's like a Mimi sounding. It's almost like it's almost like a it's like a shortcut for a name, but it's like an official name. Like um
Pee Wee?
no, it's like an MM. So it almost sounds like Minnie. I almost think it's Minnie, but it's like Mimi or Minnie or Mimi, something like that. Um, I I almost think it's Mimi, like Meme, because I'm
Mimi.
seeing that spelled out for me. But
Okay.
okay, I'll leave that with you. That's okay. Got it. She's also showing the bracelet. Do you know if there was a special bracelet for her?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Do you know if there was a bracelet that somebody bought several people and it's the same bracelet?
I don't know. My mom may know.
Okay, so ask your mom about that. And anything that you can validate after the fact, just shoot
Okay.
me an email because what I do
Okay.
is I'll do a recap so that way
Okay.
people can see what were able to validate and so forth. But she's showing me like a bracelet where either this bracelet was there was more than one bought and they were given as gifts as well. So she's
Okay.
acknowledging that. It's almost like someone had an issue where if they didn't get the same gift as someone else, they would, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
she's showing that to me. Um, she says you saw her. So she says that she tried to appear to you or that you saw her.
Yes.
When when was that?
That was I think it was maybe even before she was buried.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because she
I was
says
I,
you
I was in Austin,
got it.
but she passed in Houston.
Got it. Because she says she appeared to you or you saw her. You saw her. So she's acknowledging that that was her. That was her.
Okay.
Now she's showing me your mom and she's showing me balloons. Does your mom have a birthday or a celebration coming up right around now?
No, no, not my mom.
She's showing me balloons. Balloons usually indicate a birthday. So she's showing me your mom and she's pointing to balloons. So there's something about balloons in your mom, or a birthday right now with your mom.
Okay, my mom is February, but she's in May.
Uh, your mom is February.
Yes.
Oh, so it just passed a month
Yeah.
ago. Okay, so got it. That's what it is. Yeah, whenever they show me balloons, the birthday would be within a month or so. So since we're
Okay.
in April, it is a month. So she's just showing
Okay.
me the birthday just having passed. Okay, got it. Okay, she just showed me this. This is my symbol for whenever someone's had a child that's been miscarried, terminated, or lost. Are you aware of this child?
Yes.
Okay, she's aware of this, and she says, "I have the baby soul. I have the baby soul." So she's acknowledging this, not
Okay.
wanting any concern or any worry about this. Okay, she
Okay.
says that, and now she's making the sign of the cross. So she's actually blessing this and saying, "It's okay, it's okay." So she's acknowledging that as well.
Okay.
Was she pretty strong in her faith because she's wanting to make sure that you understand that she's with God and that the child is with God. So she
Yeah.
wants you to understand that. Um, she says, "Thank you for the perfume." Did you ever buy her perfume?
Not that I can remember.
Okay, I'm kind of smelling Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamonds.
Oh my gosh.
So is why is that?
That's she wore that.
Okay, so she's that's what she's showing me. So because I'm like, why am I smelling Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamonds? So she's acknowledging that. Okay. She says, "I love you, I love you, I love you," and
Thank
she's
you.
so happy to be able to talk to you. And she's like, "I have been trying for," she said, "I've been trying for years to talk to you." She says, "I'm so happy." She says, "I want your mom to know that I love her so much,
Okay.
so much." She's
Okay.
also talking about a little bitty dog that's there. So she says there's a dog that's there, but I don't think it was hers. Is this your grandmother that I'm talking to?
My grandmother, yes.
Okay, she's talking about a dog that's there, but it wasn't her dog. It was somebody else's dog, and it was a smaller dog, almost like a white fluffy or a Shih Tzu maybe. But there was like a small dog that's there.
A cocker spaniel.
It, I don't know how small a cocker spaniel is. It's like a smaller dog. Was it white or like a light
A
color?
light color, yes.
Okay. Are those the church bells?
Yes.
Oh my
I
God,
work
I
at
love.
I work at a Catholic university.
Got it. Oh, okay. That's why she might be referring to that. Might be the cross sign as well. Um, She's doing this, so she's acknowledging her ring. Is there a ring? Does she? Do people still have her ring?
I would think so. My
Okay,
aunt.
okay,
Yeah.
because she's acknowledging the ring. Do you know if there was some? Do you know if there were some issues around some of your grandmother's stuff or her jewelry or
Sure.
whatever? Because
I'm
she's
sure.
acknowledging she knew about the conflicts that were
Conflict.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she says she was.
My mom has three sisters.
Oh my
So
God. Okay, so she said she was aware of the conflict.
okay.
Um, was there also confusion about how much money there actually was, and someone trying to understand that or trying to tap other sources because there was an expectation that there was more when there actually wasn't?
I'm not for sure. I'm not
Okay,
for
okay, because she makes me feel like someone had the impression that there was more left behind,
sure.
but there wasn't, and then they had to go and try to find it from some other source. So it's just like a confusion there. Um, okay, she says she's aware of the divorce. Do you know if someone got divorced?
I did.
Okay, so she says she's aware of the divorce. She says she doesn't blame you. So she wants you to know that it's okay that you will be happy one day. She says, "Don't worry, you will be happy one day." So she's acknowledging that she does know about the divorce. Um, did she actually meet your ex? Okay. She says, she says you tried your best and that's okay. She says you tried your
Okay.
best. That is all you can do. So she doesn't want you to worry. She says you will be happy one day. You will be happy.
Okay.
Um, do you know anyone that would have a name similar to like Geraldine or Gerald or Geraldine or I'm hearing like a Geraldine, Geraldine, Gerald, something like that.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Not offhand.
that's okay. Yeah, it's like it's Geraldine, Geraldine, it could be Jerry, but it's like a sound. It's got that jur sounded to it.
Not John.
No, no, that's too. No, the John would be like J-O, it'd be like a Joe. This is more like a Geraldine or Geraldine or Geraldine. And that's okay. If you can't click with it right now, that is okay. But she's acknowledging some name like that. Um, she got it. She's showing me seamstry work. Do you know if she ever did seamstry work or if the sisters ever did seamstry work?
Not my grandmother. No.
Okay, there's this. She's acknowledging someone having their dress made or having a seamstress working on the dress. So she's
Okay.
acknowledging something about a seamstry work and working on either that or they worked on uniforms because I almost feel like I'm seeing uniforms being worked on.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's what she's showing me. My aunt used to work for a uniform company, and there used to be machines where they would put patches on the uniforms and so forth. She's
Well, I was
showing.
in the military.
Oh, okay. Did you have to walk away from that situation?
Yes.
Okay, she's aware of that then. That's why she was showing me because I was seeing fabric being unraveled and I felt like I'm pulling the patch off of the uniform and I'm like, why am I seeing that? Because my aunt used to work for a uniform company and they used to put patches on police officers' uniforms and so forth. And so I was seeing that and then I was seeing the patch being taken off the uniform. So I'm like, why am I seeing that? So she's aware of that situation as well. She says you've come a long way, and she wants you to know that you have come a long way. She says you're a very different person from the one you were before, and that she knows about this. And she says you need to be proud of yourself because you don't give yourself enough credit for what you've been through, and what you've been able to accomplish for yourself. Okay, now there's a Joe. Now there is a Joe coming in. So there's like a Joseph or a John coming in. So is there a
John.
Joseph? Okay,
There's a John.
Who's John?
My grandfather.
Okay, and that's the one in the picture as well.
Yes.
Okay. I'm smelling lots of smoke. Do you know if he ever smoked or if there was smoking around
Yes.
him? Okay, because
Yes.
all I'm smelling is smoke. He's also talking about. He's also pointing to the chest or the heart. Do you know if there was issues with his heart or the chest area?
I'm not for certain.
Okay, so you might need to check up on that. But he's pointing to the chest for me. He's laughing. But it's funny because I feel like he's laughing, but it's not a lot of sound coming out. So I don't know if he had a hollow laugh or there was like a like there was a laugh like that. But that's what I'm hearing, and I'm like, okay. So that's how he's making me sound. He's also showing me buttons for some reason. So I don't know if there was a special thing where he collected buttons or someone had a drawer full of buttons. But it's
I'm not.
almost like he's acknowledging special buttons that would be collected for things.
Okay.
Either that or he had a collection of coins because he's showing me these shiny round things that
Oh,
remind me of buttons or coins. So
okay.
do you know if he ever collected coins or
Mm,
special? Okay, no worries. Something for you to check into. Okay.
okay.
He says, "Do you need any money? Do you need any money?" So he said, so he wants to know if you need any money. So I don't know
Yes.
if he made a habit of doing that when you were alive, and he always asked if you needed a dollar or something.
Always.
Got it. They're also acknowledging that they had to make special accommodations for their burial. So were they not buried next to each other?
They are.
Okay. Why would they be having to make special accommodations for where they were buried at?
I'm not for certain. I would have to ask my. Yeah, they're buried side by side, and then my cousin is on the side of them.
It's gonna sound crazy, but do you know if they had to move one body to get the other one in? It's gonna sound crazy, but
I don't
okay,
know.
okay, okay. That's okay. No
I can
worries.
ask.
Yeah. She's also talking about the switching of the headstone. Do you know there was one headstone there before and then they switched it out with a new one?
I can. I have to ask.
Okay, so just note that she's acknowledging that. So she's
Okay.
um okay. She said her terms, her terms, her terms. So she wants you to know. Okay, got it. I know you mentioned earlier that you weren't there when she passed because you were out of town. But she also makes she's what she's wanting to tell me or what she's saying is that she feels like she passed on her terms. Like she went when she was ready to go.
Okay.
Nobody was going to tell her when to go. So she
Okay.
just wanted people to know that, because I don't know if there was decisions that had to be made, but she says she did it on her terms, so she doesn't want anyone to take any slack for that.
Okay.
Okay. Um, she's fun. She's laughing. She says, "I like the new car. Did someone just get a new car?"
But it's not. It's fairly new.
Okay, because she's acknowledging your new car, so she's just wanting to acknowledge that for you. She says, "I like the new car," so she's talking about that. She also says she likes to mess with you when you're in the car. Sometimes you'll feel someone with you. She
Okay.
says you pray in the car. Actually, she says, and she knows that you do that. She says she is there with you when you do that. Um, she's singing for me. Do you know if she ever sang or was in a choir?
No.
Okay, she's singing. She's acknowledging being in a choir. So, were you in a choir?
When I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
But like a church choir, not anything else.
right. Okay. Hmm. At some point, were you and your mom living with her?
No.
Okay.
Next door, but not with
Oh,
us.
you were next door. Okay. Would you go to church with your grandma sometimes, and your mom wasn't able to go?
Um, no, because my grandmother was Catholic and we were Baptist.
Oh, okay. Why is she so? She's singing for me, so she's acknowledging something about a song or singing, because she keeps showing me singing. Now you were in a choir, but I almost feel like
That
there's
was a kid. I was a kid.
yeah, I almost feel like there's more to this than that, and I'm not catching the full message. Um, I'm just gonna I'm gonna ask this.
Mhm.
Um, she's showing me when President Obama was inaugurated, so I don't know why she's showing that to me, because I don't. I keep hearing the music being played at the inauguration ball.
Mhm.
Um, did she pass before President Obama became president?
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys make a remark or like say something about grandma would have loved to have seen this, or she would have loved to have?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I think that's what it is, because I keep hearing that at last my love will come along. I keep hearing that, and then I'm
Okay.
seeing when President Obama was inaugurated. I'm like, why am I seeing that? So I almost feel like she's wanting to acknowledge that she's aware of all the things that have happened in life,
Okay.
and that yes, she was so happy to see that as well. So she's
Okay.
acknowledging that, and she's aware of that. And that she knows that y'all commented that she would have loved to have seen that. She would have loved to have seen that. Okay, got it. Do you know if she really liked these kind of biscuits or tea biscuits or some kind of like it's like a cake that goes with tea?
Like a tea cake?
Yeah, like a tea cake. Do you know if she ever liked tea cakes or if she ever made tea cakes?
M- my dad's mom did, not my mom.
Okay, just and she's deceased as well. Your dad's mom.
Yes, but
Okay,
I used to go to church with her.
was she a sing or was she in choir?
No.
Okay, no, then it must have been that other one. But did she the other grandmother? Did she make tea cakes or were there?
I don't remember her making tea cakes. I remember my dad's mom making the tea cakes.
Yeah, your dad's mom. She made tea
Yeah.
cakes. Did she
Yeah.
like lemon cakes as well? Because I'm seeing lemon or like lemon flavored
Oh,
cakes.
the lemon the fat men, that would be my mom's. They both were from that generation that that kind of stuff came from.
What is that?
The lemon, the fat men, the fat moon cookies.
Oh, okay. Because I'm seeing these little cake things that look like lemon. So,
Okay.
does she really like those?
I don't know those.
Okay, so ask your mom if she really liked those because I'm seeing lemon. Now it could be that your father's mom is trying to talk at the same time and she's trying to butt in, but I'm
Okay.
almost seeing those like these lemony shaped cake things. That's what she's
Okay.
acknowledging. She's doing this again. That makes perfect sense why she's doing this, because I'm used to Catholics doing this, which is why
Okay.
that makes perfect sense why she was doing this. She is doing this, so she's acknowledging and
Okay.
blessing you and wanting to know that she is praying for you and that she is praying for your success and for you to do well, and she wants you to do well. She says
Okay.
she will continue to give you strength. Um, she's to tell your mom she's not alone, because your mom for some reason keeps thinking she's alone, and she's like, tell your mom she's not alone, that
Okay.
we have her. So
Okay.
tell her that she also needs to watch out for her blood pressure or her blood sugar, because there's something going on there that she might
Okay.
not be keeping an eye on, and your grandmother's getting on her about it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
is there anything you'd like to ask her before I let her go?
Nothing specific. Just yeah, I didn't think that far.
That's
uh,
okay. That's okay. She is with you. She is going
okay.
to continue to be with you, and she absolutely. And I cannot do her justice how much love I felt the moment we started this session, because
Okay.
it kind of got me off guard, caught me off guard. So she just wants you to know how much she truly, truly loves you.
Okay.
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 All right, my dear. It was an absolute pleasure reading for you. I'm glad I was able to connect you with her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And there's a ton of stuff you couldn't click within the moment, so that's okay. But
Okay.
go back over, hear the recording, and ask your mom, because I want you to check into that, because there's some things there that will further validate her.
Okay.
Okay, sweetheart. All right. You're welcome, sweetie. You take
Thank
care.
you. Okay. You too.
All right, baby.
Thank you.